Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It has been a busy summer, and one of the biggest projects we've been working on here at the homestead is right here. This is a new twin bed for my 4-year-old. So I've got a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old right now. And the 4-year-old's about the same length as the toddler bed that he's been sleeping in. So it was time to get him upgraded, just as I did for my 7-year-old a while back. I've got some videos on that. If you haven't got to see that, I'll put some video links in the description of this video. So overall, we followed the same design as I did for my 7-year-old's bed, but there's a few things I think I've improved a lot on this whole design since then. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you this thing and how it turned out. This bed is 100% made out of ash wood. It's actually the same tree we made my oldest son's bed out of. And overall, it follows the same design. So the footboard is still just 2 of these 4x4s with a 2x6 in between. And we've got the 2x6 rail over here. But then back here, the headboard is the kind of main distinction here, is that we've got some live edge slabs here. They're pretty thin slabs, just about half an inch thick. But that was kind of the character we went for on this, where my oldest sons, we did straight slats here. But overall, very similar, kind of same height here, still got a shelf on top. And on the back, though, we did fasten it a little bit differently. Went ahead and finally got an air compressor, and with that, I was able to put some wood glue and some brad nails here, so it looks a lot better. It's a lot easier to do that than to have to make pre-drill a bunch of holes and screw that in. So that was really nice. Still did use some screws to get up into the top plate here, but just needed 4 of those anyway. So the brad nails and wood glue is definitely very different from the other bed that I made. And you can't see it on the other one anyway, so it's not super important, but it was just a lot easier to put this together. The next big difference is that we've got 6-inch lag screws underneath where this wood putty is. We're still working on the wood putty. It's still not completely dry yet, so this will look a little bit better when we finally get it done. But we've got those 6-inch screws everywhere where these posts are connecting to 2x6s. So there are 4 total on this post, 4 on this post, and then in the front we also used it on this footboard. So that makes it look a whole lot cleaner inside on these corners, instead of doing any sort of screwing from the back here like I did on that previous bed. It's all hidden on the other bed. You can't see it. And that was the one advantage, is that you wouldn't even see the putty. But my wife's getting pretty good at hiding some of that putty there. That's pretty hard to tell that it's there. So another big improvement was that I thought to drill the holes for the bolt that connects the footboard to the rail here prior to actually securing this post to the 2x6 here. And when I didn't do that prior on the other one, I could have tried to add it in, but I would have had to try and disassemble these. And with the screws, this being hardwood, it's kind of hard to get that kind of stuff out. And some of the screws that I was using in that project, the heads were popping off. So I didn't really want to risk taking it back apart and then getting this in the drill press to get that nice straight hole, because that straight hole is very much needed when you don't have a ton of material to get into here. But this is just a 5/16 inch of a bolt. In the last bed, I was using 3/8. I think 5/16 is plenty for this. Definitely going to hold him up just fine. And we've got enough width here as well, because I also slid this down towards the edge here to where it's just in a little bit for that to be nice and smooth. And yeah, just got a little bit more room, and then was able to get that bolt through that. So that has made this amazing, because then I can take the rails and the footboard apart. And on the other one, I can't do that right now unless I want to go ahead and try and take it all apart, like I said, and take those screws out and get it put back together. But on this one, not a problem at all, and really excited about how all that turned out. So that's what I'm the most excited about, is that when it comes to needing to move this around or disassemble it, it's just those 6 bolts, and it's going to be nice and easy to do. And of course, they're carriage bolts so that they sink in. You're not going to brush against them, and it's just you got to have something there holding it together. And I do not know how to do all of those different joints at this point. So sure, there's ways we could do it even better, but I think it turned out so much better even than the last. So hopefully that trend continues for me. But he's super excited. He was out here jumping on it just a couple minutes ago, and we're going to get that in. for him tonight, even though we're still going to work on touching up maybe some of that putty. But other than that, we're done. Yeah, very excited to show you guys how this turned out and be able to get this hopefully in his room tonight so he can get to enjoying it. Projects like this always take a long time. First, you got to wait for that tree to grow. So we're probably at least 70 years into this project, right? But you got to mill it, you got to plane it, you got to cut it to length, get all the different treatments on it, then start drilling all your holes, get everything assembled, and touch it up at the end. But very satisfying result. I think this thing turned out really well. If you guys want to see some of what I did to come up with these boards, or you want to see the other bed I made, be sure and check out some of the links in the description, or just be sure ahead and check out this video next if you want to see what we're up to here in the homestead. Thanks for watching.